Now these vocabulary are actually going to be very interesting for the topic. So the first one we have is nostalgia. Nostalgia. The I is silent. It's not nostalgia. It's nostalgia. The I is silent. Okay, so a sentimental longing or wistful affection for the past, typically for a period or place with happy or personal associations. So example, nostalgia came over me when my favorite TV show as a child came back on air this year. Now today we're talking about Pokemon Go. I remember getting Pokemon in 1998 for my Game Boy. So Pokemon Go coming back has much nostalgia for me. It really hits me. It's kind of very exciting to see Pokemon come back and be as popular as it was when I was a child. And I remember getting the game and playing under the, in the car as you drive down the highway trying to play by the light on the road. Number 2, souped up. This is an idiom. Enhanced or increased in appeal, power, performance, or intensity. Example, their popularity souped up after the release of the first single. Now, souped up typically really refers to technology. Almost always technology. So, the MacBook Pro Retina is a souped up version of the MacBook Pro. When you take something that already exists and make it better. So, if you bought a Mercedes M5 is a souped up version of a Mercedes M3. The Kia K5 is a souped up version of the Kia K3. When you have a base model, but then you increase the abilities, the iPhone 6 Plus is the souped up version of the iPhone 6. Now, if the iPhone 7 and the iPhone 6 will be different phones, right? They will not look the same. So the 7 will not be a souped up 6. It'll be a different thing. So it has to be in reference to the same item or person or thing or group, okay? Okay, augmented reality. This is a hard one. Augmented reality. Reality. Okay. Now this also means virtual reality or VR or AR. Okay. A technology that superimposes a computer-generated image on a user's view of the world, thus providing a composite view. Example, Samsung Electronics is now working on a game that uses augmented reality. Google, do you remember Google Glass? The weird eyeglasses that tried to be popular but failed? That was augmented reality. Pokemon Go is kind of augmented reality. So this idea of it on the phone this is not true augmented reality. True augmented reality is when we put on a pair of glasses and we see the world with things attached to it. That's true augmented reality. What we're seeing now is kind of the first step in what will be, I'm sure, this great technological breakthrough. When we go to our houses, eventually, I'm sure your house will be a giant projector. You will have one thing in the ceiling and every wall will be touchable and you can do this or do that. That will be augmented reality. Okay, cutting edge. So the latest or most advanced stage in the development of something. Example, these are manufactured only using the cutting edge technology on winter tires. Now, you could have the cutting edge in many things, but you would never say the cutting edge in poetry. You would say the cutting edge in technology or the cutting edge in electronics. It's kind of a grab word. People use it to make things sound more important than they are, or to, if something says it's cutting edge, it means it's using the latest technology, which is a given, but it's a grab word for advertising and marketing. It's a very good grab word, actually. Very good. It really gives a good example in your imagination of something. because you can imagine the newest, best, this, that, you know, the fastest car with the most cutting edge tires and the most cutting edge windshield. Okay, spin-off. I like this word. Noun. A subsidiary or parent company that has been sold off, creating a new company. Example, giant tech companies have a lot of spin-offs we've actually never heard of. This is so true. For example, this is a Samsung TV, but if this was an X-Canvas TV, what brand is that? Do you know? X-Canvas? LG, right? It's the same company, but the design is just not, it's the same company, same screens, the design is not as nice. It's a spin-off company. Typically, when we use the word spin-off, we typically refer to entertainment. So a spin-off mostly is referred to in TV shows, movies, or games. So, does anyone like Star Wars?
Yeah.
Star Wars. Rogue Squadron, which comes out in December, is a spin-off of the main series. Pokemon Go is a spin-off of the Pokemon series. If you watch Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul is a spin-off series of the main series. Sometimes when a show ends, you will have a spin-off show. So 1988, the Korean show, is a spin-off of the original series. It's a second or third or fourth series that's from the original series. If we're talking, it's maybe spin-off coffee shops, you know, I'm sure McCafe from McDonald's is a spin-off corporation of McDonald's. So last but not least, momentum, which is a noun. The impetus and driving force gained by the development of process or a course of events. Example, the momentum of his success has come to a halt as his video scandal went viral. So momentum literally means the force of moving forwards. So this paper now has momentum. Now it has no momentum. As something moves, it has momentum. Okay? And there is a scientific equation for momentum, which is, you know, force times speed, force times acceleration. But in the course of how things develop, momentum is commonly used for cars, the momentum of the car or the plane as it hit this. As something hits something, we talk about momentum. And momentum almost always comes with the extra thing. When something comes to a halt, it has stopped momentum. So Pokemon Go, on the same topic today, has great momentum right now. It's expanding, it's growing bigger and bigger and bigger. Eventually, that momentum will stop. It will slow and slow and slow and stop, and then it will recede. And fewer and fewer and fewer people will use it, and its momentum will have stopped. Okay, are we good?